I'm making a soup for you, and this is not any type of soup. It's quite unique because it has the addition of curry powder and squash. May sound a little bit strange, but the flavours really work together. And this is one of those dishes that I came up with when my mum had grown far too many squash and she didn't know what to do with them. This soup really was a showstopper in my family. To start with, we need 1 onion that I'm roughly chopping. I'm adding a little bit of olive oil to a pot. So medium to large pot, depending on how big you want to make this soup. I'm just going to do a small portion and in with the onion. And just like most soups, I'm going to start by sweating the onion off till it becomes slightly soft. I'll add a little bit of salt and then just give it a toss so all of that onion is coated in the oil. Now for the squash. Squash are quite interesting. You can see that they've got a flat top and a scalloped edge. It is part of the zucchini family, and when you're looking for them in the store, ensure that you get squash that's a little bit heavy and tight skin and it's shiny. That's a sign of a good sweet squash. Now, because it is part of the zucchini family, if you can't find them, by all means you could use the classic zucchini that we find all year round. Now, I'm going to cut these into 4, so I don't need to cut this into small pieces. So I've got about 6 squash, and again, cutting them all in the same size. Now, before we add the squash, we need to add the curry powder. This is a Malaysian style curry powder. It's quite mild, so really appropriate for a soup like this. About 2 teaspoons. And I like to add it now with the onions, just so it can toast off a little bit, so we can extract some more of its flavours. And already it's starting to smell so nice. When that powder hits the heat, you get a waft of aromatic smells. Love it. Now we can add our squash. I'll add a little bit more salt. Squash by themselves can be a little bit bland, so it does need flavours to carry it, like the curry powder and like salt. Toss that one more time. Just give it a very quick mix. And now I'll add the coconut milk, so about 270 millilitres of coconut milk. And we need to cover this with some water or stock, completely up to you, because we've still got that curry powder, so the curry powder in itself is going to flavour this. Right, that's how easy this soup is. The lid goes on, and I'm just going to simmer this for about 35 minutes or until the vegetables are tender. Now I've just checked and the soup is ready, so heat goes off. The lid can go off too. Oh, and that smells like comfort food. A good soup that's creamy because of the coconut milk and that curry powder. I'll start by using a ladle to take out the chunks of squash, and then we'll carefully pour the liquid in, the very hot liquid. And now the lid can go on, and I'm going to blend this for about a minute or 2 so it gets really smooth and silky. Okay, this soup is ready. Oh, and it looks fantastic. This soup is something you wouldn't have as an entree. This is a soup that you'd have as a main. You can see how thick and lush it is. I'm going to garnish it with a little bit of coriander, and that is one hell of a delicious soup.